Here we are at the return of the second round and the second match. So this is the final game of the top four. This is going to determine whether Drayton or Tim continues on. We have the first game, which if you haven't seen, go ahead and link on over and check that out because it's important. This is the second game. Tim won that first one. It was a flat line, so he got full points for it versus Drayton's 4 points. So Tim's looking to score at least 4 points here to tie it up. Hopefully 5 to go ahead and just seal in the win. I don't know who's higher seeded. I believe Tim was pretty high coming into this. So that's something to keep in mind. And we're going to kick it off. I'm Steven.
I'm Robert.
And we'll be hanging out with you guys and hopefully providing a bit of insight. We have Drayton first turn, install, advance. Tim's first turn over there. Looks like a run and a Katie. And probably a few other
Katie
things.
This early is great.
Yeah, huge. Surprised that she didn't have credits on her, to be honest. I think why she doesn't is because Enigma took that final action from Tim on that blind run. So, starting off, we're going to run the deck. No res. See how dedicated response team, and that's getting trash.
Yeah.
Running the deck again. Nothing.
Couldn't quite make out what that second card was. It's a pity.
Putting 3 on Katie and gaining a credit. Back over to Drayton, who is using the advance for free agenda or identity with Weyland, which is very cool. You get a credit to advance with.
Yay!
Makes Ice Wall a lot better.
That's for sure. Here comes a hedge. Gotta keep it well trimmed.
Yeah. Hedge fund, nothing too fancy there. Tim running Gabe rather than Andromeda. He was a purist.
Drayton's the master of the slide install, by the way.
He's a very slidey. Yeah, he's very slidey. We saw him in this last round. He was very impressive.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And a free install on the Ice Wall. We can assume it's an Ice Wall. Maybe a Shadow. Maybe a Hadrian's for all we know. Running R&D. Not going to res still. Why?
Interesting. You know, maybe it's a Hadrian's and just can't afford it.
Tim gains a credit, and then 3 on Katie. Back over to Drayton. Drawing a card. I can see Drayton, you can see his hand here in the bottom right.
Was that a, what do you draw there? Dedicated?
Yeah, that's the government contracts for Weyland.
That is government.
It's a sweet...
Look at that pro recline.
Gaining some cash for that thing. If you score that, your life gets so much easier.
It is so much easier.
2 actions to gain 4. Beautiful. And Drayton's just going to gain 3. Running the deck. Now we'll get to see if it's a Hadrian's or not.
He has the money.
He's got to res it. Yeah, Drayton, you got to res this eventually.
Yeah.
Why are we waiting?
There's no reason to wait.
This is just free cards.
Yep. Why chance it?
Unless, I mean, it looks like he got a C-Source in hand. Maybe he's saving for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because getting rid of Katie would be huge.
Yes, it would.
I think I would have done that last turn, to be honest.
All right, he's not. Oh, it's a pad.
Man, odds say that agenda is going to show up. And Tim's wanting to know how many credits, because he's got 12 up. Tim gaining a credit.
Getting Katie on the line. Katie, I need your money.
Interesting. It's like, how did he know? How did he know to get the credits off Katie? Especially, it's like he knew there was a C-Source in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bold move. But at a certain point, you've been playing against Tag and Bag long enough where it's like, if I have 2 credits and they have a bunch of credits and they're not resing ice, they're probably trying to C-Source scorched me.
Yeah, what are they waiting for?
I think that is exactly why Tim did what he did.
Be suspicious. Be suspicious.
Drayton going to advance for free. Gain a credit. Tim starting the turn off, running the deck.
Very nice.
How
Oh.
it's been crazy that there's not been an agenda yet.
Yeah.
I think it's been 5 cards, 6 cards?
Probably, yeah.
6 cards. Probability says one of those would be an agenda.
More for Katie.
Tim's running light here, man. Katie and nothing. I mean, as long
Katie's
as
all you need, man.
If there's an open door to R&D, I mean, you don't need to do much else except keep going.
Here comes another hedge.
Hedge fund, getting a ton of money here. So this is all about tagging and bagging, looks like. This is definitely a version of the deck that I first saw Rick running here at the store. Just advancing that ice hard, playing commercializations, getting a ton of cash.
Yep.
And C-source that you can't beat. But in order to get the runner out of money, you gotta have ice that they're paying for.
That's true. Which means you have to res it.
You gotta res it, yeah. See a Hadrian's there in hand, as well as a toll booth.
All kinds of things.
It's like a dedicated response team as well, looking to play out.
Mm-hmm. There it is. And then 2 creds.
Tim running the deck.
Come on, Drayton, bring it online. There it is.
It was a Hadrian's, yeah. Now a strength 10 Hadrian's.
Boom.
Okay.
Not
See
getting
ya.
through that anytime soon.
Inside job on the hand. Gaining 2 credits for access in HQ. And he's got a shot at government contracts here.
And he got it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I guess that makes up for all those R&D fails.
Yes.
Shut down
Ouch.
on the Hadrians. That is the
Classic.
greatest turn that you can imagine. Look at that.
Classic.
No icebreakers. That's just smart running.
Yep.
Crazy. Oh, man.
This is brutal.
That's a tie game there. All right, no, not tie yet. That's 3. It's only 3.
Mm-hmm.
Things are getting crazy. Boy,
That was just a great
I've
little
got
turn.
to say that was the best thing I've seen in Netrunner in a while.
No ice, just pure manipulation. Love it.
Who are you talking about?
Wow.
My turn?
All right, just advancing Hadrians and gaining cash. Planning for that commercialization
Yeah,
later
man.
on.
It's going to be a big day
He's
for
going to have to get
Drayton.
that Hadrians up again, which is crazy.
It is crazy.
Knowing full well that Tim has more emergency shutdowns in hand. We can see the exact same turn. This is where, man,
It's so scary. It is so scary.
and all of a sudden the economy advantage is completely
That's right.
on Tim's side.
More advancement.
Just a lot of fat ice in Drayton's hand here.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what you want. He does have a commercialization, so it's just a matter of... It's kind of like how long do you want to hit Katie before
Yeah.
you take the money. I probably shouldn't say hit Katie. I don't know why I say that, but I'm not condoning any kind of...
You're into domestic violence. It's cool.
I'm not condoning anything
cool.
like that. Brokers are your friends. Dedicated response team.
See ya.
Going ahead and trashing that guy. Bad campaign.
That's right. Finally, some money. Well, he had money, but now he can get reliable money.
Yeah, hey, at least you get a credit, you know?
Yeah. All of his money is in that Hadrian's right now.
Commercialization.
Boom. Very nice. It's a good payout.
Yeah, and it just gets better. That's kind of the beauty of it. Especially, you see stuff like you can atlas those commercializations back into your hand.
Yep.
Or not atlas, I'm sorry. You can go search them out of the deck with atlas. Too bad they don't get Vitruvius. I have seen a lot of commercialization searches in my day.
Was that just another kitty payout? Did I miss that?
Yeah, he took Katie. Put Crypsis out, so we're going to actually start breaking stuff here. That is the alt art Crypsis from season 2? Season 1.
The first. The greatest.
And Armitage comes out.
And it's your go. Brace for card draw. Get ready for it.
I'm ready. There it is. Got an ice wall. That's nice. That's what you want. Get a credit for pad. Draw a card. Standard.
That's right.
3 actions.
You gotta put that ice wall out. You gotta, right?
You put it somewhere. I think you put it on HQ right now because I'm worried about an emergency shutdown here.
Yeah, I would be too. Anything that makes it more difficult for Crypts to stop, right? Oh, so you put it on the remote, I'm assuming?
Yeah, looks like. I'm so worried about a shutdown here, guys.
Yeah, dude. Drayton cannot afford that again. I mean, he can. He can bring it right back, but still, losing 10 credits.
You can't keep doing that in a game and expect to be okay. It's not okay for that to just happen.
That's the way to say it. That's not cool, man.
It's not cool.
Not cool. What did he just draw?
It looks great.
Yeah, it did.
Getting a credit count here. 10 total credits on Drayton's side.
Because why stop at 10? When you can get more. Need some like pop-up windows or something. But Tim's not exactly running.
Alright, and Katie's getting some money. There's so much money here.
Mm-hmm.
So much money. Wallace Static showing up. Seeing the early game ice at the wrong time.
Yeah, right? Alright, ooh, alright.
And
Atlas.
there's an Atlas, yeah. That's a good 2 points. That's nice. It's funny because Tim, I think, could have gotten in there, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Just chose not to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that Hadrian's is big.
Yeah, it's a big old kitty.
Tim gaining, looks like we got, what, 8, 9, gaining 2 clicks for Armitage here. Not gaining, but spending. 13 strength Hadrian's, trying to calculate how bad that truly is.
Ouch!
He's going to do it. I don't know. That's so much money.
I mean, he might be playing the odds at this point. It's like, how many agendas have I not seen? And they have to be somewhere. Nothing!
No agendas.
Whew. That was quite the investment for no return.
Just heard Tim say that's bad for me.
Yeah.
I would have to agree.
It's very true.
So he's got essentially 2 turns to stock up.
Yep.
Get ready for the next attempt.
Man.
He just needed a point there.
He really
He just
did.
needed a single point.
One would have done it.
So I think at this point, Tim's best strategy is actually what he's been doing, which is try to shut down that Hadrian's and get some R&D runs.
Yeah, man.
I know he's got interfaces in the deck. I think he needs to dig for those interfaces and just... He's got time. He can get into... See, he can't get into the remote now. So if Drayton were to have an agenda in his hand, it would be bad news for him. But luckily, Drayton does not. I think I always root for the runner, by the way.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just noticed that I always, when it's like, that's bad news,
You like the freedom?
it's always because the runner's in trouble. It's never because I'm okay with the court being in trouble.
We'll just sell more stuff.
Ice Wall getting advanced there. We've got yet another piece on R&D. Surprised that HQ has not really been protected too much.
It's true.
The shutdowns trigger off of it.
Yeah.
Gabe's 2 credits trigger off of it. But I guess Drayton's saying, hey, I don't have an agenda in here, so...
Yeah, I would generally protect HQ pretty intensely just because of those shutdowns.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Gain 2 credits off Armitage. Doing some work over there.
Nice.
And talking to Katie.
Uh-oh.
He's got all his connections
Man.
established.
Discard the console.
Discarding a Desperado, interesting play there. He must have an extra. Then again, it's not really the kind of game where you're making a lot of runs, so
Yeah, he is
maybe
not
you just don't
running.
need it. And it looks like that's the case. Tough choices here.
Yeah.
It's really just the game's kind of slowed down ever since Maker's Eye didn't produce much of anything.
You got to build back up.
Yeah, you can slow it down, and there we go. There's someone HQ. Drayton, actually, this is an advantage to Drayton. He can actually establish his board quite heavily. He's been getting really lucky on R&D, to be honest. But at the same time, that means he's not getting agendas in hand, so that's kind of good. But he also missed a few opportunities to score when Tim was running dry, like a couple turns ago.
Oh, man,
so.
he's got a forged.
It's an ice wall, 100%. Yeah. Well, now you know. Gain 2 for Armitage.
Yep.
And cash on Katie. I feel like now, I feel like if we, it's always so, that's commercialization.
Yep.
Commercialization, C-Source, you trash that Katie.
Yeah.
You trash that Katie right now.
That's Tim's lifeline for sure right now.
I would do that in a heartbeat. I don't think Drayton's going to, but he did. He spent that first action, though, advancing the ice wall. I just don't. I mean,
I don't think that was necessary.
I would even have advanced the Hadrian, so I'm going to commercialize it. Yeah, priority number 1 for me here would have been get Katie out of here. I imagine he's keeping the C-Source sacred, waiting for the Scorched Earths, but I don't think you can at this point.
Yeah.
You've got to slow this down and just win it the old-fashioned way. And that's the thing. You've got to be able to adapt in these games. And I think that's an example is Tim trashing that Desperado. It's like, yes, I have things that I want, but
those aren't
it
required
depends.
here.
It depends on the conditions. And when you don't need Desperado, you don't play it. But you get rid of Katie.
Man, she is loaded right now.
Get rid of Katie
12
here,
credits.
and it's just a big time sink for Tim.
Come on, dude. Let's see it.
Pad Campaign's doing some serious work here. You've got to go Katie here, Drayton.
Yeah, with 12 credits on it, if you have the means to destroy it, that is huge. But
Advancing the ice wall. He's doing a decent job preparing for a late game here. He's going to have some really hard ice to break. I do feel like this is the right move, though. Come on, Drayton. Give me that C-Source. Give me the C-Source. Give me the C-Source, Drayton.
Weird.
Just gaining 2 credits.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
So here's the forged.
Tim opens a forged on R&D here. It's a shadow. Taking the last off Armitage. I think he's going to grab Katie here. I don't know how he doesn't.
Yeah,
It's so dangerous.
It becomes
right
a risk,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a decoy, so that's just as good. And Drayton has officially, to me, lost the chance here.
Yeah.
To turn
Too
this
late
around.
now. Yep. Too late now.
He's getting rid of the Drayton.
But man, this is a slog of a game now.
Yeah, I mean, Drayton has done a decent enough job, I think, of making this, and this is what this identity is going to do. I think he's playing it. I think players sometimes get in the habit of advancing ice every turn when they don't need to. But when you do advance ice, you do get a mid to late game that looks like this, where your runner is literally paying 15 credits
Every
just
time.
to get through a piece of ice, and they can't do that. Like, even Shapers can't do that. So if you make it through early game, and Drayton has had a pretty money early game here of just not getting destroyed on the agenda front,
Yeah, totally.
with R&D being open, HQ more or less being open, and now it's really getting short up here. I would have liked to see Katie go away.
See emergency shutdown.
I mean, what does that board look like? I'm sorry, I'm harping on this, but it's a big deal for
No,
me.
I think it's a big point because you have to, like you're saying, be able to assess the situation and not necessarily play to the mode that you've been playing to, in all your practice runs and even throughout the day.
Tim just Mr. Lead and R&D interface down.
Yeah, I saw that.
Also an interesting choice. All right, so he's getting ready, getting geared up here. I think that Tim thinks that Drayton has a lot of agendas in his hand. So I'm worried that he's going to spend a lot of resources getting in there, and he's not going to see anything.
Yep. Here comes.
Here comes Katie. See
the money. 23.
That is a lot different situation now.
Run here.
Oh.
Run that remote.
It's a pad.
He's going to go and trash that one.
Interesting.
If you're going to do that, Tim, you have to trash the one that's rezzed.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I guess he was already there, so it's convenient to the action.
Oh, man. It's just like, if it's worth 4 to trash, then how do you not trash the other one?
I agree.
I understand what you mean, but one action stands in the way of worth it or not worth it.
Yes.
Tim's usually a pad trasher, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Sink door, okay.
sneaky. Now it's on.
We were playing for this moment right here.
Zoink.
Tim just the wall of static shows up. Hilarious.
How's that feel? Is that C-Source?
And doing it again.
Let's see. What is he calling?
Nothing.
Doesn't matter.
Not a thing. I don't think Drayton had one. I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, doesn't have a thing. Boy, there's some agendas stacked in that deck.
I know, right? It's almost time for another Maker's Eye.
All right, so I think this is swinging towards Drayton now. I really do. Tim has to win early to mid game. His deck is built around super fast, like those early turn plays that we saw. It's really built around that. He's not really prepared for a late game slog like this. I think he just runs Crypsis. He has one Gordian, I believe. Aside from that,
yeah, very reliant on Crypsis for
but
sure.
HQ's not giving you anything. R&D's a fortune, and that remote server is going to be a pain.
Yeah.
So you've just got to have the credits right now and build it up.
Here it comes. What are we resin?
HQ again.
You gotta res it. Yep. Yeah.
Why is he running HQ instead of Sneak Doran?
I'm not sure. Credits and a token. There goes the other one.
Breaking the Enigma. I am a
The static. The static is giving and taking away.
yeah. I'm confused why I didn't Sneak Door there. You just wanted them to make him res the ice.
Potentially, but it
I
really
think
didn't
that's
hurt
a
him
mistake. Yeah,
economically.
I don't like that. If you're just gonna give him res the ice, just take the in the run on the wall of static. I want to think there's a reason.
A hostile takeover.
Hostile takeover.
Bad pub. It was
Man.
remembered. Look at that token with a credit on it.
Yeah, Drayton's starting to pull this thing around, man.
Yeah, he is. Look at all that money.
Tim's starting off with Mr. Release. He's another R&D interface.
What does that make you want to do?
You have to.
Yeah.
Just stack 3 R&D interfaces and make your one R&D run.
Yep.
You could have had 2 by now.
Game over, man. Game over. I want to know what that third piece of ice is on R&D.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Could be another Hadrian's, to be honest.
That's true. Man, would that be devastating.
I feel like that's the kind of thing that we if you're paying attention, we could have
Corroder.
seen what happened. But he does have a corroder at least. That's going to help him a lot
Considerably.
on R&D.
Much better than Crypsis for that kind of work.
Yeah, definitely. Just not a time sink.
Yep.
And this is Weyland has so many barriers. It's really good to get those corroders going.
That's right. Boom. You think Corroder's still the best barrier breaker?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yep.
It's pretty much unrivaled at this point. Now, creation control, I think there's some interesting options that open up, but I think Corroder's still the gold standard.
Man, look at this. This is nuts.
Ton of cash and no agendas to be found, which we know where they are. They're in R&D right now.
All right, there's the Despy.
All right, so he goes in and plays the Desperado now.
On the far side there, can't really see it on the main thing, but you can see it on Tim's hand cam.
Yeah. I don't know. I question some of this.
It's good to question. right. Whoa, more ice coming out.
Install.
And then?
It looks like time's going to get called really soon. We got 10 seconds on that.
Which is... There's time, gentlemen.
Yeah, there's time.
You have it, sir.
So, yeah, Tim gets it. Man, I don't know about that, though.
It looked like it was swinging.
I mean, let's try it, man. Let's see.
Play it out.
Okay, they're going to go ahead and play it out.
Nice.
Good.
Excellent. This is exactly what we wanted.
That's what we needed.
Cripsy. Token. What do we get? Was that? Oh, it's an agenda. A hostile takeover.
Well, I can score anything off this turn, but it won't be enough.
Yeah, he gets. No, Tim gets one turn. The Drayton gets one turn. That's the way that time works. So man, that that flat line up front.
That's
really
crazy.
Made Tim. That's crazy. I think Drayton is pulling out of this game. I think.
Yeah.
I think this is one.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a late game deck, and he's definitely in the late game. So.
Wow, look at that.
That's nuts.
Well, there you have it. Tournament rules at work. Now, there are new tournament rules as of Creation and Control releasing, so these were not in effect during this tournament, and I don't know, it would have technically changed things there, but they are different. So if you guys are curious about that, or if you're gearing up for a big tournament, be sure to check out those rules. They do change from time to time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely worth doing. So thanks for watching. We are officially into the finals. We have Tim Bunn playing Travis. Pretty fascinating little
it's gonna be crazy
pairing. So we can't wait. Hopefully you guys can either. All those finals up soon. And thanks so much for watching. Again, if you want to support us, what we're doing, teamcovenant.com/store. We got a link there. And we would love for you to subscribe to our channel because there's nothing better than having a network of people who care. So I'm Steven. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.